Hey, welcome back to the Disney Plus Everyday Challenge, and today we have The Parent Trap from 1961, starring Haley Mills. This is a long movie for a family comedy. It's 2 hours and 9 minutes long. Yeah, I don't know why it says resume. I watched it all the way to the foreign credits. I don't know why they count that. I finished the movie. Yeah, no, it's maybe it's another 10 minutes with the foreign credits. I have no idea, but this is the classic. This is the pre Lindsay Lohan did the not sequel but did the remake in 1998. But this is Haley Mills' movie. You know her from Pollyanna. I'm trying to think what other stuff she's done, but yeah, but she's a bit of a Disney icon, I'd say. Here she gets to play both roles. In fact, the credits even show starring Haley Mills and Haley Mills. And it's about two girls, if you don't already know. It's about two girls who happen to run into each other at camp and realize they look exactly alike. And the mystery starts expanding from there, and they realize that they're sisters. They're twin sisters separated at 1 year of age, and not knowing that the other one existed. Apparently, the parents had them, and then they divorced. They separated and divorced, and went their separate ways. Mom in Boston, Dad in California. Their lives would never reconnect again, except for this odd chance of fate. At first, the girls turn out to be rivals. It makes it they don't know how to deal with the idea that somebody else shares their face. So at camp, they pull pranks on each other and get each other in a lot of trouble, to the point where they're forced together. Their punishment is to live together in a cabin on their own, separate from the rest of the kids in the camp. The girls, it's an all-girls camp, and yeah, they then start to discover who they really are. I would have figured it out a whole lot sooner, I think. I would think, but I don't know. It's in it. You know, I don't have a mom. I don't have a dad. We're the same exact age. We have the same exact birthday. Holy crap! I guess we have to pull out pictures to go of our parents and go, oh yeah, that looks just like my mom, that my dad doesn't talk about. So yeah, we're actually sisters, and so they start building this scheme to switch places because they wanted to see what their other parent is like. And yeah, I mean, I would imagine any kid would be curious. To pull this prank off, though, of course, they've got to learn what each other's lives are like. It's mostly done in a montage, which is, understandable, because they're very different type of girls. One's more of a tomboyish one that likes horses, and well, that's not really tomboyish, but she's more rough and tumble with short hair. And the long-haired one, she lives in Boston with her mom, her grandparents, and servants. Apparently, everybody had servants in the early '60s because Dad's rich in California, and he has a ranch and everything else, and his people helping out around the house. I haven't seen the Lindsay Lohan one yet, so I don't know if the modern version has everybody with servants. It serves a purpose with the dad because the dad is, I'm going to give this away, Dad starts dating again. Just happens to be while his daughter is at camp, and she's a bit of a gold digger. She's looking to marry a rich man, much making her mother very happy. Her mother's a very odd woman. She's almost got a witch cackle, the way she speaks. It's like, what about you? It was just very weird, but it's funny. So it is a funny movie. It's a good family movie, fun movie. But yeah, it's got a little bit of stretch of the imagination. You have to allow for certain stretches of the imagination to make this thing work. The effects on this are what you would expect in 1961. I mean, they're splitting screens, and they're having other actors play Haley with their back to the camera when they're sharing scenes. There's actually one scene where she has her back to the camera and she turns, and you see it's a completely different actress. It's kind of funny. Beyond that, it's passable effects. For 1961, this had to be like magic. For the audience to look at these girls and go, how do they do? It's the same girl in the same scene. What's going on? By today's standards, it doesn't look great, but it's pretty good for 1961. It does make a bit of a statement that a broken home is a horrible home with a single parent, and you do not want that. The opening sequence, sang by I think Annette Funicello and somebody else, I can't remember the name, but let's get together. Maybe that's not that song, but there's a song about putting it's the entire actually is the song basically gives away the entire plot. It's talking about kids putting their parents in a trap to make them fall in love again. It's really setting up some very strong high expectations for kids of divorce who watch this and go, oh, maybe I could try that. That'll make mom and dad come back together. We'll trick them. They'll appreciate that. It might work if you're separated twins, but if you're not a separated twin who's just been rejoined with your other twin, that's likely not going to happen. And you're going to be even more depressed and probably start therapy at least. So, don't try this at home, kids. And some parents are probably very much better off on their own in some cases. You may not always need to have both parents, depending on the situation. In this situation, the parents just didn't get along for some reason, and apparently he was looking for somebody younger. The woman who plays Vicky, his girlfriend of sorts, Joanna Barnes, she didn't look that much younger, or maybe the mom just didn't look that much older. They're both gorgeous, and I didn't really see a difference in age. Maybe it's 1961, and every woman who is dressed a certain way in dresses and have the similar hairstyles, they just look older, I guess more mature. And odds are the women in this movie are younger than I am at this point in my life. So it's all confusing. So anyway, the two girls set about trying to put their parents back together after fooling them. And it's a Disney film, so it all works out in the end. So I'm not really spoiling that. But the trip along the way is funny. The girls... Haley Mills isn't exactly a great child actor. Maybe I'm committing blasphemy by saying that. She's not a great child actor, but she's probably great for 1961. And but she's fun. She's funny. Some of her deliveries are great. Some not so great. But the weird thing is that she's playing a girl from Boston and California, but she sounds like a British girl still. Let's look at this. Let me look at this. She's from England. She's from London, England. And I don't think she's made any bit of effort to hide the fact that she's from England. There's no, I mean, at some points I think I could hear her creating R's at the end of her words, mother, that kind of thing, instead of mother. So yeah, maybe, but there's really very little to no effort to make her sound American in this thing. And I thought for a minute she was just like, oh, maybe she's just trying to be Bostonian? I don't know. That wasn't working either. California wasn't working. So, yeah, could have done better with the accent, but it's neither here nor there. And she looks like she's having a great time playing against herself and messing with the heads of her parents. So, by the way, played by Maureen O'Hara and Brian Keith, both icons of the stage and screen. So, yeah, you've seen these guys before if you've watched any classic movies. The rest of them, the ones who play the elders, the older ones in the movie, I imagine they were in silent films or vaudeville. That's the legacy on this film. So, yeah. Louise Kathleen Nesbitt. Yeah, Kathleen Nesbitt. Whew. Linda Watkins. Nancy Culp is from she's one of the camp counselors. Yeah, I don't know where I've seen her from before, but she has this distinct look. So anyway, yeah, that is The Parent Trap. if you're looking for a Disney classic that you haven't seen yet, give it a shot. It's it's a it's very indicative of its time, as I like to say. It's the kind of thing that may not be relevant if you try to put it into theaters today. That's why they made the remake in 1998, and that one's probably really out of date now too. So watch for an update, a remake of that, any minute now, or sometime later in the decade once we're all not wearing masks in public. So, all right, Haley, let's pick both Haleys. Let's pick tomorrow's episode.
7.
7. Oof. Drop from 600 to 7. Come on. Hey, there you go. This might be a delight for a number of you. This has a humongous cult following. I had no idea just how popular this series of movies were. And I mean, we've watched one of the sequels already, but we haven't watched the original. And now tomorrow's our chance. It's a Goofy movie. So, yeah, we had a good time with the sequel they had when Max goes to college and Goofy follows him there. But here's some fun with Goofy and Max and the whole gang in his own movie. So let's check it out tomorrow. A Goofy movie on the Disney Plus Saturday Challenge. I'll see you back here tomorrow.